This is a tutorial on the new Google Sites. It's from the perspective of a private account which has recently become available, not a G Suite for Education account. It is a drag and drop program which is very user-friendly. It is free and you can turn it into a .com if you would like. At the moment you cannot transfer a Google Classic site, but apparently in 2017 you will be able to do that. You cannot do all the same features that you can in a classic Google site, but surely that will improve over time. And the perspective of this is more likely for teachers and educators. So the first thing you want to do is go up to your grid and click on that so that your apps drop down. This is a private account, not a G Suite for Education account, so the apps that you see here might look a little bit differently from your own account. Now you can see that the Sites app icon is not here, so we're going to have to click down here on More, and you'll see we still don't have the Sites icon, so we're going to click Even More from Google. You will not have to go through this step if you're on your school domain, if it is a G Suite for Education domain. So we'll click on Sites, and what you're going to see is the classic Google Sites view. That's not what we want, but if you did want to make a classic site, you would just click Create and off you go. For now, we're going to click on New Google Sites. And then you can see that the interface looks a lot like the new Google interfaces that you can see with their support. You can see with their sheets and their forms and their docs and whatnot. Now, if you want to go back to classic sites, you can click here. If you want to create a new site, you just click this plus button and it creates a new site. We're not going to do that. We're going to work with a site that I've already started. You can see I've got the thumbnail view, but I could change that if I want by clicking the list view. I'm going to click the thumbnail view, and I already have this site opened up. So I'm actually going to just close this, and I'm going to go back to the site that I'm working on. Now when you create a new site, what you are going to see is this list of options for themes. Not very many right now, but this will grow and grow over time as the classic Google Sites has literally dozens, if not hundreds. So I'm going to keep my theme at impression, but if you wanted to change it, you could do so. So I'm going to keep it at impression. Now, anytime I can mouse over, and we are in the editing view, you can see, I can change my image here if I want. I can reset it to what the impression theme originally looks like, and I can change the header type. And I can go with a large banner, I can go with just a banner, or I can go with just a title. But I'm going to go back to the banner view. And you can see that I've chosen to upload an image in the background. So if I want to change that image, I can click Change Image. There is one automatically uploaded for you. I could upload one. I could choose one in their gallery. I could paste the URL in. I could do a search, go from my albums, or take an image that I have saved in Google Drive. That's your choice. I'm going to leave this one as it is. The font, not a lot of choices still. You can choose whatever font style you prefer in the fonts that they offer you. Now we're going to go to Pages because first we're going to look at how you add pages. Now you automatically have your Home tab when you create one, but let's say you want to add other pages. Now I want to add a page based on an event that we used to do. So I'm going to click here on the plus button, like many things, Add Page. And this event was a study group. So for now, I'm just going to call it Study Group. Maybe we'll call it GCE Level 1, Google Certified Educator Level 1 Exam Study Group. And I'm going to click Done. And here I have it. Now within this, I can start adding different forms of content. I don't want to do that though because I want that to be here under Events and Workshops. So to put it there, all I have to do is mouse over, click and drag because this is a drag and drop program. And then I see that I've highlighted that little box with Events and Workshops, and there it is. And if I want, I can change what comes first, what comes second. I can take it out as I just did accidentally, and I'm going to put it right back in there. And I'm just going to kind of change the order. So here I am with GCE Level 1 Exam Study Group. I'm going to use this page to show you how you can insert different kinds of content. So I'm going to go right up here to Insert. So now we've looked at themes, we've looked at how to add a page. Maybe I'll go and show you how you can delete a page as well. First you can click here and you can set this page as the home page. You can rename it, you can remove it, or you can hide it from the navigation so that you can develop and work on it for a little while and then have it show for other people. So you could still have a published site and work on a page and keep it hidden. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to go up to Insert. We're going to show you the different things that you can insert and how you do it. Now, it's not perfect yet. The classic sites give you more options, but here are some. Now, the first that you're probably going to want to add is a text box, and all you have to do actually is click on it. This isn't drag and drop. So this is where you can add your text. Now, I already have some text I want to add, so I'm just going to copy and go in here, and I'm going to paste it. And it automatically has the text that is part of the template or the theme. So let's say I wanted to put an image in here, but I want the text beside the image. I'm just going to click on that and drag it over, and you can see I have these little lines that show up when I'm dragging. That kind of helps you align your text with other things. So I'm going to click on image, and then it's going to give me the option to select files that I upload. I could send one by URL. I could go through my albums. Maybe I'll choose this one really quickly. GEG West Tokyo, and then that's going to upload. And now you can see if I want, I can crop it a little bit. I can change things as I see fit. Here I'm going to drag it. I click on that just to give it a little bit of a bigger size. If I want to edit though, here I can click on my cropping tab, and that should allow me to crop it a little bit. Doesn't give me a lot of options, so I'm probably going to leave it just at that. If I wanted to though, I could take it over a bit, make it a little bit larger, maybe drag this over, and then as I add more text, I can change the size of this. You notice here that I lost some of my text, so I've clicked on it and then clicked on that little box again. If I want to add a link to the image, I can click on the link, and then I could paste a link. I could choose one from in the site as well. Click on this and it takes me back home. I'm going to apply that. So that's kind of a neat feature. But if I wanted to, I could add a link from outside of this, this website. This little background that you see here too, if I want, I can click here and I can change the color. I'm not going to do that right now. You can play with that later. Now, some of the other things, if you want, you can upload. The thing with uploading is, when you do, you don't really have a lot of options for files. You see custom files. If you click on that, you can choose all files. But even if I try to upload a PDF, you can see that I'm not allowed. So that's something that has to improve. How do you get over that? You can actually put a PDF in a Drive folder, make it public, and then insert the Drive folder. Now the next thing that I'd like to show is this Embed URL. And what you can do here is click on Embed, and then it's going to ask you for a URL, and that will link you to a page outside of your site. So I'm going to use this one for this massive online open course for math teachers. I'm going to paste it right here, and I'm going to click Add, and then it gives me this text, and it gives me a link. So when I go to my preview, which we'll show later, you can click on it, and then it will take you out of this site. Now, if you look at your gear, I can go and I can change the text that's in there if I want. I can turn the title on or off. And that's a good way to just kind of archive sites that you want people to go to on a regular basis, perhaps, or just extra sites that relate to what you're doing. I'll leave that there for now. Now, let's see what this looks like. We're going to go up here, and you can see the preview with that little I button. And here's what I've just done. Click on that image, and it's going to take me right back to the home page of GEG West Tokyo. And in here you can see I've added things like more text, and I've added a YouTube video. Now I'm still in the editing mode here, and if I want to see what it's going to look like on a tablet, I click here. And if I want to see what it looks like on a smartphone, I would click there. And I'm going to close this, and I want to go back to, because I want to go back to the editing view. If I want to change my navigation, I go up here, and I click on the gear, and I can go to side navigation, and then it gives me this little option right here. And that's what will appear when you look at the preview. I don't want to do that. I want to go to top navigation, and I'll keep it at that. So the next thing I want to show you is what kind of content can we put in. Now, first we're going to go to this GCE Level 1 exam page again. I'm going to delete a couple of things I put in there because we don't really need them right now. So a feature similar to classic sites are all the different things from Drive and YouTube and calendar maps that you can insert in your site and any page in your site. So I have a document that I want to put in for this event. So I'm just going to drag this description over a little bit, and I'm going to click here on From Drive. So if I click on that, I'm going to get a list of recently viewed documents, but you could do a search if you know the name of the document. You can do it by file type and who owns it and that kind of thing. And you can use these different methods here, what's starred. This is the one that I want, so I'm going to click on that. It gives me the option to insert. And then as you can see here, it gives me a size, but if I want, I can make it a little bit larger if I want people to see a little bit more as they scroll. So I'm going to go down to right about there. And then when we preview it, the viewer is going to have the option to scroll through that document, just like in the old classic sites. So all you have to do is kind of scroll through here, and all of the links are active, which is a nice convenient feature. So I'm going to close this and go back to the editing view. You can insert, if you wish, an entire Drive folder. So I can click on Drive folder. I can click on the folder I want to put in, and I click Insert. This one, while it's populating, I'm going to make it a little bit longer, drag it to keep it in line with the other document I put in. So here, if you click on the gear, you can change the name of that. If you want, you can change the view to a grid view, and that gives you the thumbnails. You'll notice this is a list here. So I click on Done, and then that's going to populate, which is really quite nice. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to add a YouTube video based on a former event or something that happened. I would just click on YouTube, and I can choose from within the videos that I've created in my own account. If not, I could do a video search, and that would work as well. But you'd have to know the name of the video. Here I'm going to choose this one of our pub night events. And as you can see, I can make it a little bit longer if I want, a little bit bigger, or I can make it a little bit smaller. And if I wanted to put text in here, I could just go up here and click text box, and that would show in there. Let's say I want to put a map into where these events are happening. I would just click on map, and here's one that if you have your own maps made, you can do that, or you can click on my map. So here's where we have our events. This venue is starred in this account, so you're going to notice a little star when we select it and put it in there. Oh, I should be able to drag and drop that up there, as you've just seen. So now I've got my map right next to a video of where these things happen. And of course you can see GEG West Tokyo there, and you can see the little star there, which will show up when we click preview. If I wanted to, I can click calendar. I've gone in and I made a calendar for GEG West Tokyo, so I'm going to insert that as well. This is the kind of thing I'd put on the landing page, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to throw it in here. So if I want to get it on week or month view, it's like anything else. I have to click on the gear, and then I have to choose what I want. Do you want navigation buttons? Do you want to show the date? You make that choice. Here I'm going to click on month, and when I click done, you're going to notice that now I have the month view. And when we click on preview, we'll see all of these things have gone live. And we're going to scroll down, and you're going to see here that we have a Google map. And if you want, you can click and view the larger map. This YouTube video you can view outside of YouTube. And the calendar here, you can see that the pub night has a clickable link. So we're going to get out of this view again. And we are going to have a look at one last thing is, again, Google Docs. If you want to add different kinds of docs, you would click on Docs. Or if you wanted to add a Google form, you would click on Form. And like anything else, you would choose the form you want to embed and change the size. And then people, when it's previewed, or when you're previewing the site, they can actually fill out the form on their own. You can insert charts, which come from Google Sheets. You can insert slides. So basically, you can do anything you want. It's still, the new Google Sites really does have to improve a little bit, but it's getting there. If you want other people to collaborate with you, you would click on editors, and then you can invite people, and then add a message, just like in any other way that you share or collaborate in any other Google app. It is connected to Google Analytics, so you would click on Site Analytics. That's another tutorial. We're not going to do that. If you've forgotten something, you want to take a tour, you can do that here. And if you want help, you click there, and it's going to take you to support at Google. And that is basically how you set up your Google site. One last time, we'll have a quick look at the preview before I publish. So I can click on all my different tabs and links, and I can see where things are within the site before I make it public. So I'm going to close this, and in order to make it public, it's the one last thing. You want to go up here and you want to click publish. And you can give it a different name if you want. So I'm going to go GEG Tokyo. And if you don't want it to appear in search results on Google Search, you uncheck that. But hey, why not? And I'm going to click publish. And this site should be viewable on the web. However, we do have another site called GEG West Tokyo, and it might not work. But hey, we've been told it's published successfully, so I want to click view and see kind of how it looks like, how it looks. And there we go. And you can see as I'm looking at it, I've got my little edit button right here. So if I click on that, I can go right back to editing.